Hi guys, how we all doing? Welcome back to the channel. So in this video, I want to quickly um, do a reaction, or rather drop my thoughts on a particular thread I saw on Twitter um, recently. So I saw this thread and it struck a chord. I had so many thoughts, my thoughts were all over the place. I just got back from work really tired, stressed, but I felt like, you know what? Let me talk about this video. Let me drop my thoughts on this. So um I'm just going to quickly read what I saw, read the thread, read the backstory, and then I'll drop my thoughts. Good evening. I would never share this disturbing traumatic experience. However, I pray this will help someone. On Saturday, January 7, 2023, Kendra Hamlin and my 30-year-old Melvin O'Neill visited my home at 8:30. We laughed, talked, they argued, and she left my son. Yes, my son that I gave birth to at my house, saying that saying that she would come back to get him. My ex-son lured me to the bathroom. Then he beat me with his fist, saying he was going to beat me too. He was going to bite her, which he almost did. He beat her, then had Kerua with her. Um, there's some words I'm not going to say because of the YouTube community. So I'm just going to drop out, see if I can drop the link in the description and then drop this particular screenshot somewhere above so you can just have a look. Okay. He almost did. He beat me, then carried me. This will always be a date I would never forget. Please always be aware of any and everyone. I'm sharing this because I know that none of this was his fault. I trusted my son would never do that to me or anyone. Note, I trusted my son would never do that to me or anyone. My family has been very supportive, visiting me in the hospital every day, and it definitely helps with the emotional pain. I'm strong mentally and in survival. I was able to escape and I'm alive. She calls his name, will spend the rest of his life in prison. All right, guys. So that's the mother sharing her experience on her Twitter handle. But digging further, um I saw a thread, not a thread. I saw a blog post of the backstory of this incident. Facebook mom, I'll call her TD. I'm going to drop the link in my description so you can go and read the story for yourself. So Facebook's mom, TD, was in denial of her son's diabolic self. TD's son, I'll call her son Emo, Kera's women by force. And just September last year, he had a post on Facebook. She had a post on Facebook praying against her son's victim and calling them enemies, trying to destroy him. However, Emo, her son, did a good job once in his lifetime and showed his mom who he truly is. He carried his mom after beating her. Hopefully that's enough offense to take him off her streets and also out of his mom's life. Emo has been in and out of prison for all heinous crimes, kidnapping, and robbery. Presently, he has been arrested for the heinous crime against his mother. The hoodlum is looking at 7 life in prison if found guilty on all charges. Okay, so this is where I want to drop my thoughts. Okay, so apparently there's this woman from Virginia whose son has been forcefully carrying girls, and he has been in and out of, where they keep these people. He has been in and out, and Recently, when some allegations were made against her son and he was arrested, she came on Facebook, this woman TD, she came on Facebook to curse out those um who accused her sons, saying her son would never do that and it was the enemy who was trying to destroy her son. Up until recently, 7th of January, her son did the same thing to her and beat her up. That's the picture I have right above. What are my thoughts on this? I think first, this is not just calling out parents. I'm not going to talk about parenting, no. But I think we need to learn where to draw the line between religion and reality, right? So a lot of times people are badly behaved, they do stuff, and all you hear, people keep giving excuses, especially parents. Parents keep giving excuses for their children. So your child is misbehaving, and instead of cautioning him, instead of bringing him, instead of disciplining your child, especially when they're growing, you give excuses for them, you're ready to fight them. Sometimes I remember back home in Nigeria, a parent would, a teacher would discipline a child in school, and a parent would go back with the child and physically assault that teacher in front of his child or his or her child. Now, what are the aftermaths of this kind of thing? When you see a child misbehaving or you see someone misbehaving, you trash it. There's a saying, you can't repair an adult. A child you do not train today would be a liability to you in the future. They'll be useless to you. They'll be your number one headache. So before they become a headache to the society, they become a headache to you. Like I said, I'm not even going to dwell on parenting. That's not where I'm going. Where I'm going is, oftentimes when people come out and they share their story, a lot of people are quick to judge them. You're quick to pick loopholes. You're quick to say, oh, this person can't do this. Oh, this person can't do that. Because this person is showing you a picture that he wants you to see, and you feel like, oh, he's too holy, or oh, he's too well behaved, he can't do this. You can't vouch for anyone. That's the point I'm trying to make. As a parent, you cannot vouch for your child, because if your child is going to misbehave, if he's going to be badly behaved, he's not going to show you. That's just where I'm going to. Now, there's been this recent, I had a conversation with my colleague just a few days ago concerning this Harry and Meghan issue, and he was so passionate and so angry. Oh, why is he doing this? Why is he dragging the royal family to disrepute? And I'm like, it is his story. People hurt differently. He went back and forth. Oh, why do you think, how do you know he's not telling lies? And I asked, how do you know he's not telling the truth? I think we need to be very careful before you come out and curse people or come out and shame victims who have come out to say, oh, they were wronged in this way, or who have come out to share their story. You need to be very careful. There's a saying in Africa, they say when you point one finger at someone, the remaining 4 fingers are pointing back at you. The evil that you try to cover today will come back tomorrow to haunt you. I'm just going to make this video as short as possible because I'm really tired. But I want us to see the implications of, covering evil. Don't vouch for anybody. As far as I'm concerned, you don't even know yourself, let alone, I remind myself of that a lot, let alone someone else. You never can tell. You might see somebody reacting this way, and you feel, oh, she should have reacted this other way. Oh, she should have done it like this. You would never know how you would react till you are found in that same situation. Now, this woman, victims came out. Meanwhile, this is not the first time her son is going to jail. Not the second. He's been in and out. From the backstory, he's been in and out of prison. And yet, people came out to accuse her son after he's out of prison. And she says, oh, the enemy is at work. They are out to destroy her son. You came on Facebook and you made that post without thinking about how the victims would feel. Without thinking, oh, what if these people were saying the truth? For Christ's sake, this guy has been in and out of prison a couple of times. So clearly you know that he's no saint. He's no saint. But because she's been covering him and covering him and covering him, now he's brought it back home. He's now decided to, give her a dose of the medicine. So now she feels what other victims have felt, and she's coming out to speak up, to say, oh, I hope he rots in jail. This is what he's done to me. I think we should be careful, especially as parents. We need to be very, very careful. Try as much as you can to call out evil when you see it. I'm not saying when your child misbehaves, you do, I don't know, but when he comes home, let him know that what he's done is evil. Don't try to cover him up. When you cover up, you can't get help for him or her. You can't get help. But when you call a spade, sit him down, sit her down and let her know, I'm not a party to this. Then you're beginning to look for a solution. Even besides parents, I think this culture of somebody does something wrong and you say, oh, it's the devil. Did the devil come down to do it? I believe God gave us a right to choose. We have the choice to do good or to do evil. Not everything is devil, enemy. I know back in Africa, they say, oh, it's my enemies. They want to destroy me. They've come after me. They don't want my only child to succeed. Or they don't want, me to reap the fruits of my labor. It is not when the person is an adult that you now want to start fixing them. You discipline the child right from when they're young. You teach them the way to go. You teach them to choose good over evil, not when they're grown up. I've heard of several stories, even back in Africa, of children, harming their parents. And when you trace back, you find out there was a gap between that child and the parent. So I think as parents, as human beings, we need to do better. 2 things I want to drop here. Number 1, when you can still mold the child. I believe children are malleable, but adults aren't malleable. You can't mold adults, but you can children. So as much as you can, take advantage of that period where they're growing up to work on them, help them, or teach them to choose good over evil and be a good role model. And then when people call, when you see your child doing wrong, please don't cover it up. trash it there and then. And then lastly, people have their stories and people choose how to tell their stories. Please, let's stop shaming or judging victims. Let's not think, oh, someone is lying. When someone brings their story or when they tell you they're a victim, you say, oh, they're lying and stuff like that. No, it's their story. You can choose to I know sometimes people lie, but you can choose to ignore, but never ever disregard someone's story or never tell them to their faces that they are lying, especially when you're not sure. Because that angel that you know might actually be someone else's devil. So I'm going to draw the curtains here until I see you again next time. Stay positive and be good. I'll see you in the next one. Bye, guys.